Here's something that might surprise you. Researchers exposed mice to magnetic fields 100 times stronger than what you experience in your home, and their sleep cycles barely budged. But before you assume all EMF sleep concerns are overblown, let's dig into what this study actually tells us. Dr. Lundberg and her team at the University of Oxford wanted to answer a specific question. Do the magnetic fields from our electrical infrastructure disrupt our biological clocks? They exposed mice to 50 hertz magnetic fields at 580 microtesla during their sleep period. To put that exposure level in perspective, 580 microtesla is roughly what you'd experience standing directly under high voltage transmission lines. That's about 100 times higher than typical household levels from your wiring and appliances. The researchers also exposed some mice to blue light, the kind that disrupts human sleep patterns. Then they measured everything: hormone levels, gene expression, movement patterns, and sleep duration. Here's what they found. The blue light exposure caused dramatic changes. Stress hormone levels shot up. Sleep-related genes in the adrenal glands activated. The mice spent more time sleeping and moved around significantly less. But the magnetic fields? Minimal impact. The only measurable effect was a slight decrease in movement. Nothing like the dramatic responses to light exposure. The researchers specifically looked at cryptochrome genes, the cellular machinery that helps regulate circadian rhythms. These genes are sensitive to both light and potentially electromagnetic fields. But even at these high magnetic field levels, cryptochrome expression remained unchanged in the brain, liver, and adrenal glands. Now, this study addresses one specific concern about power frequency EMFs and sleep, but it's worth noting what it doesn't cover. This was a single 30-minute exposure in young, healthy mice. We don't know about longer-term exposures or cumulative effects. And importantly, this study only looked at 50 hertz power line frequencies, not the radio frequency EMFs from your phone, Wi-Fi, or other wireless devices. As I explore in my book, Empowered, sleep disruption is one of the most well-documented effects of EMF exposure. But the research shows this primarily involves radio frequency EMFs and their effects on melatonin production, not the power frequency magnetic fields this study examined. When we look at the broader research landscape, we see that 82.7% of cellular effects studies in our database show biological responses to EMF exposure. But this particular study suggests that power line magnetic fields at environmental levels are unlikely to acutely disrupt your sleep-wake cycle. So what does this mean for you? First, this research provides some reassurance about the magnetic fields from your electrical infrastructure. The wiring in your walls, your electrical panel, and even nearby power lines are unlikely to be the primary culprits if you're experiencing sleep problems. Second, if you're concerned about EMF and sleep, focus your attention on radio frequency sources. Keep your phone out of the bedroom. Turn off Wi-Fi at night. These emit the types of EMFs that research more consistently links to sleep disruption. Third, remember that light exposure, particularly blue light from screens, has far more dramatic effects on your circadian rhythm than the power frequency magnetic fields this study examined. The bottom line? While EMF exposure can affect sleep, this study suggests power line magnetic fields aren't the primary concern. Focus on the wireless devices and light sources that research shows have clearer impacts on your sleep quality. Find the full study and hundreds more at shieldyourbody.com/research. Find the full study and hundreds more at shieldyourbody.com/research.